What is good, everybody? It's your boy Goat back in the building, back with another one. Make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, on post notifications. Make sure to follow me on Instagram MC 362-855. A Whoopizman Live Music, the Cash App $sign DACA 1448. Follow my second channel, Raw Niggas Channel Big Mike. Make sure to follow me at A Whoopizman Live. People comparing me to the Ticket TV, man. I'm like, wow. I mean, I didn't think I was. Uh, oh man, there's a guy named Carl Max. I'm pretty sure it's a fake account. It's a guy with the coming over here from Kareem's channel talking about oh go Mike. He he uh, he uh he mistreats his subs and he does this and that. If you think that I'm compared to Ticket, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm nothing like Ticket. It ain't close. It ain't close. The stuff the Ticket do, I don't do. This dude trying to put me in the same conversation, and I'm gonna make sure to block him. Next time he comes to the chat, he will be blocked, and I'm gonna make sure he's blocked. Any I'll be blocking with no hesitation. Because the one thing I don't do, we're not gonna sit here and cap and make up stories with no facts. That's what we're not gonna do. Yep. Yep, I did. Yep, John Wick. Mm-hmm. But they ain't gonna deter me from what I'm doing. I still gotta stick with it. Gotta keep grinding. Make sure I hit that link and hop in the building. Make sure y'all hop on the panel right after this message. Hop on as you choose. Yeah, man. I got people out here comparing me to Ticket TV. I never thought I was like Ticket. Damn. I got too many haters. Yeah, hop on the panel, Lamont. Yeah, Lamont, hop in. Lamont, basketball channel. You guys can hop in the room. Niggas is comparing me to Ticket TV. Wow. I never thought I was like Ticket. I'm laughing my ass off. I'm laughing my ass off. Comparing me to Ticket TV. It's like I ain't never laughed so hard. To the guy in the chat name, straight up, straight up. If you're new, subscribe. Hit the like button. Yeah, channel dudes comparing me to Ticket, bro. I'm laughing my ass. Nigga said all I do is cut people off. I never let them talk. I block people. I put them backstage. I treat. Wow. I was like, what? I was like, wow. But niggas trying to say, niggas say I'm a new Ticket. So I'm like, wow. Yeah, my shit's always, yeah, my shit's always tweaking. Straight up. Every once in a while, I'll be tweaking. Like I sound good 1 minute, and I'll be stuttering the next. Yeah, let me see who I can get in this room. I think Basketball Channel doing something, and I don't know what Lamont doing right now. But I do the same. I'm a new Ticket. Hop on, Sonny. Wow. New Ticket. I'm just like, I don't know what to say. Oh yeah. At the bottom. Hell yeah, Sonny. I had to come address this. Hell yeah. Hopefully I can get some guys in the room. I had to come back and address this. I was getting attacked in my last chat when I was washing dishes. I stepped away to wash dishes and I was getting verbally attacked. I'm like, damn. Goat Mike block everybody. Goat Mike, all he do is put dudes in the backstage. All Goat Mike do is this and that. And I was like, they trying to call me Ticket. I've had a lot of guys come to my chat rooms. The last couple of streams that I did, I've had dudes come to my channel with fake accounts comparing me to Jigga. The last couple of streams, I think it's blasphemous to a high extent. I ain't nothing like Ticket. I don't say half the stuff Ticket say. The stuff Ticket say and the stuff that Ticket allows on his platform, I won't allow over here if I hear it. I'm like, man. I'm like, but niggas is really out here saying Goat Mike challenge. All he do is trash his subs. I'm like, damn, these dudes out here really hating. But you know what? I ain't surprised I got so many haters that think I'm Black Skip Bayless. You know, I've had haters my whole life. I've had to embrace them. You know what I'm saying? You gotta embrace the haters. You gotta, keep doing you, keep grinding, working hard. I'm just laughing at the haters. I'm laughing at them. Anybody who thinks I just treat my subs bad, I don't. The last in Texas, he got mad over nothing, and he unsubscribed from the channel over nothing. Like it wasn't that deep. Tell him to not harp on stuff, and he went and unsubscribed. He unsubscribed because I say he was harping on stuff. You can go back and rewatch the tape. He went and he brought up, oh well, Infamous said yesterday about women. They don't like the preferences, this and that. So when Texas said that, I came back and said, Texas. And Texas kept bringing up what happened a whole day ago. So I kept telling him, look, just drop it. He gets mad, subscribes. Then you got other dudes who was also, I've lost a lot of people from the channel. Like guys like Intelligent Cycle. I have not seen that guy in I don't know how long. He been gone from the channel. Intelligent Cycle, he been gone. KB, I don't know where he been at. There's a lot of guys that has left my channel. I'm supposed to be at 1K. I'm supposed to be at 1K, but the reason why I'm not at 1K is because I've had a lot of people come and go. I don't got no consistent fan base. It's like people are not consistent. It's like they come and they leave. They come for a day or two and they gone. So until I can get people who are reliable, I need to have dogs. I need to have people that are tough minded. I need some tough minded people for my channel to grow. I'm getting a lot of people that's not tough. I need some tough subscribers. I need people who's gonna be ride or die. And the people that I've been getting are not ride or die people. That's why I was subs the way I did. I'm not getting I need ride or die people. All the subs I be getting people who come for a day and leave. And that's the downfall of my channel. That's why my channel's struggling, man. I'm getting a bunch of people who just soft. Take everything too serious. Get on their feelings, emotions. Like when you get people like that, bro, that's why my channel is struggling, bro. That's why my shit's struggling like that, bro. I gotta get people who gonna be consistent, man. I need some tough-minded people, bro. I need people gonna be ride or die. That's what I'm missing, bro. That's literally what I'm missing. I need those ride or die people, bro. People just get people just man. Shit, I gotta keep grinding though. I gotta stick after it. You know, sometimes in life, you fall down, but you gotta get back up. That's some of the biggest keys. You fall down, you gotta get up. Can't just stay on the floor. I lost 4 subs. Hopefully, I get 10 subs to offset it. You know, in life, you have to hold your head high. You gotta do your thing no matter what. People are gonna come, people are gonna go. But if you keep grinding, eventually you'll find those people that will, be reliable to your channel, support you at a high level. You just gotta stick with it. That's what life's about, man. Life's about your grind, your fight, your hunger, your desire, your want it factor. You just have to want it, man. You gotta stick with it. You gotta have that fight mentality. Life's about your fight, man. Man, I was at work, my back was hurting, my leg was hurting, shoulder was hurting, but I fought through it. I went toe for toe, glot for glot. I just wanted it, bro. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to let myself down. 'Cause I was hurting bad at work. I was in serious pain at work. I could barely stand up straight. But I said, I got to fight through this. I got to get through it. And I fought through that shit, man. That shit wasn't easy. Hell no, it wasn't. I was in excruciating pain. Like I was bothered. Like the kind of pain that I felt in my back and shoulder, bro. It was fucking with me. That shit was messing with me, bro. I had to work through that shit. Shit wasn't easy, bro. When you got a bad back, bro, it's hard to work like that. It's hard to work when your back is messed up and your leg is wobbly. Like, bro, I was in some serious problems. Wasn't feeling good. Wasn't feeling 100%. But man, I gave my all to it. Hell yeah, I heard the same thing. A lot of niggas compare me to Ticket TV Junior, but I ain't nothing like Ticket, bro. It ain't close. Ticket don't got the heart I do. The kind of heart I got, Ticket ain't got. Ticket ain't never gonna come incorrect shit. Ticket don't let dudes talk. I'm at least let you on the panel. You know what I'm saying? I've brought my enemies on the panel. Whenever me and Extreme got into that beef, Extreme hopped on the panel. I let Extreme here on the panel. Ticket ain't doing this shit. Ticket not finna let Lamont back on his panel. I did something the Ticket won't do. I'll bring my enemies on here and let them talk their shit. Cause I'm tough minded like that. I could bring Extreme. If Extreme came over here right now, I'll bring him on here. Red Pill, I'll bring him on here. Anybody who hate me, I'll bring you on here and let you talk your shit. I ain't like Ticket TV. I don't run from smoke. I run to the smoke. And that's a fact. And to the dude in the chat from earlier, oh, you always cut dudes off. Man, you can't show me one panel where somebody ain't getting cut off. Everybody gets cut off on YouTube. Everybody gets cut off somewhere, somehow. Red Pill Alpha said I was rude to him, and I ain't let him talk, and this and that. Red Pill said I was disrespectful, shit like that. But Red Pill ignores the fact that he was also out of pocket. But let's not bring that up. You know, Red Pill, Extreme, MD. You know, I would bring any of these guys on here. I bring MD on the all of them, because I don't duck no smoke. That's the one thing you can say about Gold Mike. You don't duck smoke. I bring all my enemies on the panel. I ain't like Ticket. Ticket run from smoke. You asked Ticket to bring him on his show, he ain't doing it. Because he's Ticket. Ticket duck the smoke. What you mean by that, John Wick? I'm lost on that comment. What you mean? Yeah, explain that. Yeah, explain that in better detail. I'm not comprehending what you mean. NYC Youngboy, what's good, bro? Salute to NYC Youngboy. I saw you on the Monster show a couple of times. NYC get around, bro. NYC be getting around. I see him on True the King. I see him on Lamont, SB, AWZ Bang. You be getting around. Hey, Cuba to go, you can hop on the panel. Cuba to go and NYC, y'all guys can hop in the panel. Link and pop in the building. I have to look it up. Okay, let me look it up. He said turrets. Hopefully my phone doesn't die in the process of typing this. Two T's ES. He keeps. My phone might die right as I type this shit. Oh, okay. I'm into a definition. My phone might die. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm using my backup phone. I'm gonna plug this shit to the charger. Yeah, I just read it now. I just plugged it in. Yeah, I plugged it in. I was on my second phone. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. People comparing me to Ticket, bro. When John Wick said something that I had to really look up. When I looked up what he said, now I comprehend it better. I wasn't comprehending it at first. But yeah, man, dudes comparing me to Ticket TV. Ticket TV media.
So real first, we have a slide presentation that we show our guys to give a detailed plan of how we're going to get the job done this year. Have to become greater than the sum of our parts. Okay, our talent level alone is not going to win us a championship. You have to play selfless offensive basketball. We've got to be connected and tenacious on the defensive end, and every piece has to be there. Talk about our offensive system, defensive system, all the principles that go into it, really the identity that we want to create. Play harder and more physical than our opponent. We smash people, we talk about our identity. This is it. Wire to wire dominance. This is our mindset for the regular season, okay? Because there's mental warfare with that. Teams know coming into the game already that they're going to lose. That's it, of course. What's up?
But practice of this highly anticipated Lakers season, Frank Vogel's third as their head coach. He starts with what has always been the cornerstone of his coaching philosophy: shut down defense.
Okay, everybody on the baseline. This applies to all action, right? The first day of practice, from a defensive standpoint, there's a lot to implement in terms of our scheme and how we're going to cover a lot of different actions. We're going to get into the guy's hip without fouling, okay? And every time you hear weak, strong, or ice, okay, that triggers you to take up the space and get into the hand. We have a very complex scheme that has been very effective for us the last 2 years. Early pickup jump shot, recover and box out. Early pickup pocket pass, recover and play one-on-one, so we don't need the low man. Set a tone for being the best defensive team in the league with our defensive slides. Elbow touch, half-court touch.
We got some good first amount of guys. The guys won't play defense. The number one defense in the league.
We are not a no-middle team. Okay, we don't want to give up middle drives. But say you were a no-middle team and all of a sudden the closeouts look like this. That's not what we want. Okay, we close out square. Use your voices on closeouts. But yell something at the guy. Scare him. Hey, ball, something. What's the most controllable habit in the game? Hit your man. Player shoots the ball. Identify somebody to hit. They're going back. We can pursue then. If they're coming to the glass and we hit them, ride them out of bounds, drive them back. But this is the fun part where you get to hit somebody. That's great. Yeah!
This year, the ball is all
This is your rotation. Look, you got to split the difference. But when he tried, he can't do like this already. You got to split the difference. You got to go back. Weird.
We don't have to push each other. Our star guys, our role-playing guys, they'll be pushed by us, and they'll be pushed by their teammates as well.
With the addition of so much speed and skill at every position on the court, the offensive system will be focused on a concept that Laker fans are very familiar with.
The number one thing we want to establish on first day of practice offensively is the commitment to pace. We want the outlet man to have the mindset that he can no dribble advance almost with his eyes closed, that he knows a teammate opposite is stretching and getting down the floor. We have some really dynamic open court players on this team, and I feel like if we can commit to that running habit of really being in attack mode, I think we can be really dynamic. We're going to build a habit with this drill that we're not a pass and stand team. Now, on time, on target, passing at full speed is what we're looking for here. Here we go. On time, on target. We got a lot of new guys that I'm excited about on this club. Starting up front, adding another lob threat and shot blocker, DeAndre Jordan. I think we added a lot of perimeter shooting. Guys like Ellington, Kendrick, Nunn, and Malik Monk, Kent Bazemore. Good read. Carmelo Anthony, all legitimate three-point shooters that are going to give our guys spacing out there to attack the paint.
Of all the changes that took place in the offseason, the one that still has everyone buzzing is the addition of point guard Russell Westbrook.
He's just a blur out there, with his open court speed. It's noticeable how different the speed looks, A, in front of you in practice, and B, on your side. It's really exciting.
I love that. I love the competitive spirit we had in that first day of practice. The energy was off the charts.
And competitive spirit is part of our practice, part of our DNA, be a part of our team and our mindset, and we push each other each and every day.
We won't play harder than our opponent. Have that edge. If you establish that habit over 82 games, that will carry with you into the playoffs to help you win and go on a championship run.
Bring it in, bring it in. Here we go, here we go. Got it togetherness. A lot of everybody encouraging each other, okay, teaching each other the system, holding each other accountable for getting drills right. Okay, really good stuff. 1, 2, 3, go. Good job, good job.
I am Eddie Murphy, and this is the story.
Hey man, I like what I see from the Lakers. I like what I see from the Lakers, man. They look like they're engaged defensively. They're making crisp passes, playing hard. Guys are rotating, learning how to slide their feet, defensive shuffle. Guys are playing unselfish, moving the ball, playing together, playing team basketball. That's what we got to do all season. The Lakers got to keep playing hard, got to keep playing together. They got to keep learning where each other wants the ball. They got to play team basketball. Uh, Let me touch on this a little bit more. In life, you're gonna have haters, you're gonna have doubters, but if you stay confident and you believe in something, anything is possible. Anything can happen in life if you believe it and you had a mentality of it. You can't quit. You gotta be dedicated. You gotta have heart, passion. Stuff don't happen when you want it to, and happen when you least expect it. One of these days I'm gonna get 1K subs. I believe I can get 1K subs. It might be in 55 years, or it could be by tomorrow, could be by the end of the year, could be in 2 years, 3 years, whatever. But if I keep grinding and keep working hard, eventually what happen? Hard work will pay off in the end, in the long run. But the Lakers, man, they gotta go out here and get this dub against the Rockets. They gotta play hard. They gotta get everything they got. I believe they will dominate. I expect AD to get 35 points, LeBron 25 points, 10 assists, 8 rebounds, Russ 17, 20 points, 6 assists, 5 boards. These guys are gonna come play. Christian Woods, we gotta put a foot on him. Well, the Raptors are surprised. They did beat the Brooklyn Nets. But back to the Lakers, man. A lot of people ask me and say, "Hey, Mike, why you a Lakers fan?" I said, "Look, I'm a Lakers fan for the fact it was a family tradition. It started with when I was first born, when I was a little bitty kid. My whole family is a Lakers fan. Is Lakers fans. So I'm carrying the. Now my mom, she's not here anymore, but I would definitely carry that tradition of of the Lakers. I'll be a fan of this team all the way until I'm no longer here. I'll be a fan of the Lakers. With LeBron, without LeBron, with AD, without AD, it doesn't matter. I support this team through its ups, through its downs. I love the Lakers no matter what. You know what I'm saying? We can have all bums, and I'll still be a Lakers fan because I'm that invested in the team. But those guys look engaged. What I mean, everybody. I know I'm stuttering in and out.
subscribe to the Lakers Nation YouTube channel and turn on those notifications as well so you get notified every time we put out a new video, we go live, all that sort of stuff. All right, let's get into some of your questions and comments. Some people talking about Austin Reeves. We will talk a little bit about him. I'm seeing some comments about how people are excited that the Lakers won. Somebody said, why another solo show? It's Halloween. It's Halloween. The guys are off doing stuff and everything like that. I took my daughter out trick-or-treating early. She's 5. She's calling it a night early. I'm not going out to a Halloween party or anything like that. So just me and all of you tonight. Some people taking issue that we use the word demolish because the Rockets didn't shoot well. They say, well, why do you think the Rockets didn't shoot well? Think maybe the Lakers defense to do with that? Again, this was a pretty clear game that the Lakers were in control of just about the entire way until they took their foot off the gas pedal for a little bit in the fourth, but it was never really in doubt what was going to happen in this game. They were going to get the win. So yes, to me, they demolished the Rockets. This was not a close contest. It was very clear who the better team was. Again, it was such a big discrepancy in terms of talent that the Lakers just defensively were able to take the Rockets out of most of what they did. 25 turnovers for the Rockets. The Lakers, again, didn't play that well offensively. 41% from the field, 30% from three, 61% from the free throw line. And they won pretty easily. The Rockets turned the ball over 25 times. The Lakers played pretty solid defense, and I think that is going to lead us into a discussion about the new starting lineup that we saw. But real quick, let's go through some of the stats from the Lakers players. You've got 16 and 13 from Anthony Davis, 16 points, 13 rebounds with 1 block, 7 for 17 shooting from the field. LeBron, 6 for 19 shooting, not great there. 0 6 for 3. He's had issues shooting threes in the last 2 games now since coming back. He was 1 for 10 last game, now 0 for 6 tonight, 1 for 16 combined. That's not great, but 7 boards, 8 assists, 4 steals, 1 block. Otherwise, doing basically LeBron James out there on the floor, 15 points. Russell Westbrook, nice performance out of him. 9 for 22 shooting, only 2 turnovers, 8 boards, 9 assists, 1 steal. Almost got that classic Russell Westbrook triple-double, 20 points for him. Carmelo Anthony was the big story off the bench, 23 points, 8 of 14 shooting, 5 of 8 from 3, 5 threes from Melo. The Lakers hit 9 threes on the night. 5 of them came from Carmelo Anthony. 3 boards, 2 steals, 4 blocks. 4 blocks is a tie, I believe, of his career high. So impressive stuff from him. Somebody said, was it me or did LeBron look tired tonight? If you were watching his Instagram stories, you might know a little bit of why. They went to a party last night, but they were just fine. Lakers were able to get this done, no problem. Let's just not bury the lead. Let's get right into the change in the starting lineup. And here's what I'm interested in. I want to see what Frank Vogel says here after the game. But the Lakers changed their starting lineup. DeAndre Jordan, no longer a starter. Instead, Avery Bradley went in for him. So what you had was Kent Bazemore, you had Avery Bradley, Russell Westbrook. So technically as your starters, right? But still, you've got those 3, and then LeBron James and Anthony Davis. And I think this is your best defensive lineup alongside LeBron, AD, and Westbrook in terms of going with Avery Bradley, going with Kent Bazemore. That gives you a lot of versatility on the perimeter. We saw a number of times where the Rockets were having trouble with how quickly the Lakers were rotating out to them. That was great to see. You don't see that when DeAndre Jordan is on the floor. I mean, this is his first blood. We were still operating under the impression that White House would be part of this game. He was dealing with a neck injury, neck soreness, whether he slept on it funny or whatever. Dwight was dealing with that, and so he wasn't able to go in this game. And so what I want to know is, was this change made, and I have a feeling this is the case, was this change made solely because Dwight could not kind of works in that regard. But my concern would be that this is a one-time or a temporary change, and that when Dwight Howard is healthy, the rotation will go back to DeAndre Jordan in this starting lineup. I'm curious what Frank Vogel has to say about it. I do like the Anthony Davis at the 5 lineup. I do like Avery Bradley in there. You notice how the Lakers were forcing turnovers. They were getting out in transition. You've got a team that has so much defensive potential, so much potential to cause turnovers and get out and run. We've talked all about how good of a transition team they can be. You can't do that if you're taking the ball out of your own basket. That's a challenge. And so if you are able to turn the ball over, you're able to force turnovers on the other team, get a live ball and get out and run, which I think you are better able to do with the smaller lineup, maybe at the 5, that can really play into your strength. So I'm hoping this is something that is here to stay. But again, my fear is that it was only because of Dwight being out. Because what the Lakers couldn't do when Dwight went out was they really couldn't run 2 bigs at the same time for very long. You couldn't really have DeAndre Jordan and Anthony Davis on the floor at the same time very much. You had to make sure you staggered them at least a little bit, so you always had at least one big out there. When Dwight's in the rotation, you can put DeAndre Jordan on the floor with AD, and then Dwight's going to be the guy to come in to start the second quarter. DeAndre Jordan basically just took over those Dwight Howard minutes. In this game, the Lakers went smaller with the starting lineup. Again, though, I thought it was really successful. I liked what we saw out of the Lakers, and I'm hoping that this is something that is here to stay, even if it's not right now. Maybe when THT comes back, Kendrick Nunn comes back, maybe at that point we can start adding in the extra wing and going that way, because I really like the versatility that the smaller lineup provides. Let's see. Let me get into some of your questions and comments here. Nick Krause said, Trevor, who do you think will be out of the lineup once everyone is healthy? It really is going to depend on who's playing well. We saw Malik Monk was out of the lineup last game because he wasn't doing things that he needed to do on the defensive end of the floor. I think Frank Vogel has hit that point where, hey, if you're not playing defense, you're not going to be in the game. So I'm curious to see who can kind of step up and reach the bar in that regard. But overall, I think that the Lakers right now, you're going to see some guys that are part of the rotation not be part of it in a few weeks once players start to come back. Who that is, we're going to have to wait and see. My guess, I mean, I feel like probably got to be DeAndre Jordan, because I think you're going to have more, and then you can take advantage of that by adding more players in there on the wing. THT. Right now, you don't have that many other wing players to turn to really capitalize on going smaller with Anthony Davis at 5. I think when THT comes back, Kendrick Nunn comes back, especially when Trevor Ariza comes back as well, you've got enough depth on the wing, you've got enough talent there now to where AD at the 5 makes even more sense. And we saw the blueprint for why it can work. I mean, look at the offensive end. Part of this is the Rockets are a bad team, but what were the Lakers getting in the first quarter offensively? Shots at the rim and corner threes. You can't ask for anything better than that. And why would that be? Is because of the floor spacing that they had. The Rockets, you had floor spaces on either side. So the Rockets, when they did try to suck into the paint, you had Avery Bradley on one side spot up, and Bazemore on the other, both of them capable of hitting that corner 3. And the Lakers were able to really take it to the Rockets because of that spacing. They knocked a few down. Okay, the Rockets have to come out and cover. Next thing you know, things are opening up at the rim. It makes a big difference, spacing-wise, when you don't have that extra big on the floor with AD. Benjamin said, if you are correct, the super chat, thank you, said if you are correct about AD at the 5, why isn't Vogel seeing it? Look, Vogel is. Sometimes we make the mistake of thinking that, oh, this stuff is so obvious, right? Why doesn't Frank Vogel get it? He must be a dummy. He doesn't understand these things. There's more to the decisions that Frank Vogel makes and doesn't make than just what we look at, right? We're taking the wide view of this. We're looking at this from afar. Frank Vogel, when they're in these discussions, it's not just the coaching staff is looking at these things. It's not just, hey, this player's better than this player, this lineup works great. It's also a domino effect. What does that mean for the rest of the station? What does that mean for this guy? Is that going to maximize this player? Are we then going to get less out of somebody else? There's a lot of factors that have to go into the decision making there. So it's not just what we tend to see, which is this guy's better than this guy, therefore this guy should be playing more. It's much more nuanced than that. And I think sometimes we overlook that, and the things that seem obvious to us, may have some other reasons behind why they're happening that we're maybe not considering. So just something to keep in mind. Frank Vogel, I think this is my own personal thoughts. I've said it for a while. I think the plan was to start AD at the 5, and then when THT and Ariza got injured, they pulled the plug on that and said, okay, well, let's go back to having a big because we no longer have the guys who wanted on the wing to really capitalize on AD at the 5 anyway. Maybe Avery Bradley has made a case to where he can't be that guy the next few weeks, and then when THT comes back, maybe he's in there. Maybe Kendrick Nunn, maybe it's somebody like that. But I think that the injuries really threw a wrench into whatever plans the Lakers had, and they had to scrap it and kind of scramble from there. So I think that's what we've seen for the first couple of weeks here of the season. Tanner Canis with a super chat. Thank you. So the Lakers have been looking decent these last couple of games. Do you think that provides false hope for fans given the team isn't playing, or is this what we can start to expect? No, I think that it's a few things that are coming into play here. Part of it, yeah, it would be incorrect if we said they're playing top tier teams and they're blowing them out, or they made a top tier team turn the ball over 25 times. No, the Rockets are a bad team. The Rockets are a bad team, and that is 100% a factor. The Cavs are trying to be good, but they're not a great team. They're better than I thought they were, but they're not a great team either. So we have to consider who the opposition is. But I also think there's reason for optimism because we also know that as the season goes on, the Lakers are going to get better. They're going to improve. The chemistry is going to get better. Russell Westbrook has a history of getting better as the season goes on, figuring things out. And we know that he's going to learn how to play with the Lakers players, just like they're going to learn how to play with him. So while I think it's important that we do recognize the quality of the competition has gone down in the last few games, I also think it's okay to say, well, the Lakers have also just looked a little bit better at what they're doing, and that should be expected. That should be expected when you have a group that's very, very new. Week by week, we should see improvement. It would be weird if we didn't see them getting better at this point. It would be alarming if we didn't see that. So I do think that the Lakers are indeed getting better. I don't think it's false hope. I think that this can still be a very good team, and I think 2 months from now, they're going to look a lot better than they look right now. It's a growing process. It's going to take time, but I think we are seeing steps being taken. All right, Don Jacob from Houston said 80's body language is awful. You know, this game, because the Lakers were in command for such a long time, I wasn't as upset with Anthony Davis's body language. If he was a little bit sluggish, okay, but it wasn't quite as noticeable to me as it was last game against the Cavs, where the first 2.5 quarters or so that he really looked kind of disinterested. In this one, I thought he was a little bit better, especially early on in the game. But sometimes he has those games. Sometimes he has those games where you look at Anthony Davis and you go, man, what's happening here? Like why are you so sad right now? And then other games he comes out and he's fired up and he's got energy and he's he's a monster. So this game, it wasn't necessarily a high energy game, but I didn't think it was quite as bad as the last game against the Cavs. That game was a little bit closer early on, whereas this game against the Rockets, it really felt like, okay, this is just be professional, go out there, do your thing, get the win, let's move on. And actually play the Rockets again on Tuesday. I can't say I think Tuesday they're going to have to be sharper because I don't think the Rockets are going to put the ball up 25 times again. They're a young team, not a good team. They will commit a lot of turnovers, but I think the Lakers offense is going to have to be better. That's something that they're going to look at. They can't shoot low 40% from the field, low 30% from three, and win a lot of games that way. Their defense was good enough, I thought, tonight to hold the Rockets, but they do have to work a little bit on the offensive execution. Somebody asked, when is Kendrick Nunn coming back? So Kendrick Nunn is supposed to be back in, I believe, 2-ish weeks. And I shouldn't say back. Let me back that up. That's when he's being reevaluated. Okay? Now, keep in mind, the word reevaluated does not mean return. Reevaluated means they're going to check. There'll be another scan. They'll check to see how the bone bruise is healing. Possible they go in and they go, oh, okay, cool, you're all good. And he gets back on the court. The Lakers let him get into some practices, and then they start playing him games again. It's also possible they say, well, you're close but not fully healed. You need a little bit more time. So that's when same thing with Taylor Horton-Tucker. Probably a few weeks right now, but it depends on how things look when you go into reevaluate. Right? So that's what we're all going to be holding our breath for. Hopefully they get a clean bill of health when they do get reevaluated, and then they can return to practice, because you don't want to take a player, they return, they're healthy, and then you just push them right into the deep end and say, okay, here you go, you're in the game. You want to have them get a little bit of run in practice, get their legs under them a little bit before you can put them on the floor. But don't get me wrong, I'm anxious too. I am anxious to see these guys out there and finally see the full team, because it feels like this is almost like a teaser. We're getting to see a little bit of the Lakers, but we're not getting to see them play as they were constructed to play, because so many guys have been out. And I guess truthfully, we won't really get to see that until Trevor Ariza is back, probably a couple of months, maybe 6 weeks, something like that, till we see Ariza back. But it still feels like something is missing from this Lakers team, because it is. Kendrick Nunn's missing. THT's missing. The fourth and fifth highest paid players on the Lakers are both out of action right now, and both coming back within the next few weeks, hopefully. Fingers crossed. All right, let's get into our first award of the night. Let's get into that. Let's go to the 360 awards. So, of the Lakers stars, 360. Anthony Davis, LeBron James, Russell Westbrook. Which one
Okay.
was best on the night? Chat, let me know what you think.
Hold on.
YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, fire it off. Let me know. Who do you think out of that group, those two players, was the best tonight? Can't get into some of the stats on the night. LeBron James, 6 for 19 shooting, 7 boards, 8 assists, 4 steals, 1 block, 15 points. Anthony Davis, 16 points.
Can I get Jay? Wow, that dude's going in. Wow. The guy's funny. Man, I'm surprised nobody's hopped on yet. I'm really surprised. My shit dead, bruh.
13 rebounds, like that. 1 block, 17 shooting.
So I ain't taking no nonsense, man. That dude using it. That dude called me a nigga, but don't want to hop on the panel.
Block.
You gonna call me a nigga? At least hop on the panel.
From the line, Russell Westbrook, 9 for 22, 8 boards, 9 assists, 1 steal, 20 points, 2 threes out of 4 attempts. I'm going Russell Westbrook. And Russell Westbrook is ironic because he's actually been the master lock of the night a few times already. But tonight, let's give credit where credit is due. I thought Russ was good, aside from a few moments where there's 16 seconds left on the clock and he takes a 15-footer, driving me a little bit crazy. But again, 9 to 22, I can't complain too much. When he produces like this, he's a plus 25 on the night, a team high.
Riyad Man say he just subbed. You just subbed where? Oh, he subbed the FYF. Okay. Wow, 62 dislikes? Wow. So you can sub to FYF. Hold on. I don't appreciate that. How you gonna sub the FYL but not sub to my channel? Man, you going timeout for that shit. You might not type shit else. Hey, hop on the panel, Sonny. That's what's wrong with today's world, man. You gonna come on just to sub the FYF, but not sub to my channel. Man, you blocked for that. 5-minute timeout. You got a pocket for that, bro. Hell yeah. Hey, hop on, Sonny. Hop on in the building. I think Sonny said he's still driving and shit. He was in here promoting. Man, I'll be getting hella dislikes. Damn, I got 4. I got 4 dislikes. Oh my god. Niggas hating that hard, man.
Plus 25. And I felt there were moments where the Lakers really started to take their foot off the gas, and Russ said, that's not happening. And he really pushed down, brought the energy, and brought everybody else up with him. And that's exactly what we were hoping to see with Russell Westbrook coming to the Lakers, that he was going to be the guy that on a random night, maybe a night where guys are a little bit extra tired. I don't know what activities were going on last night, but guys are a little bit extra tired. Russ is going to be that guy to say, no, I'm going to get us through this. Everybody coming.
He can't just sub to your channel, not sub to mine. You can't just come over here and sub to one channel, not the other. That's it's low key disrespectful. If I subscribe to one channel, I gotta subscribe to both channels. I can't come on and subscribe to one channel and not subscribe to the other channel. That's why I blocked him. He had a pocket for that shit.
Energy level, let's go. We're going to win this thing because I'm not going to accept losing. I'm not going to take nights off. I'm going to give everything I've got every single night. And so I think that Russell Westbrook, not just in terms of his production, which again was good, 2 turnovers, that's a big element for him. He can continue. Only 4 turnovers in the last game as well. Keep those turnovers down. He can keep doing that. That's going to be great. And then just in terms of leadership, in terms of energy, bringing everybody else along with him, I thought Russ was a factor there as well. Looking at the chat, I'm seeing a lot of people that are agreeing with me on that. I'm picking Russell Westbrook. All right, let's get into a few of your questions and comments. We will get to another award in just a bit. Look, somebody said, hey, Trevor, why do you think Russ tends to blow a decent amount of open/easy lay-ins? I think part of it is he gets going so that when he does explode to the basket and try to play the ball in, you really have to decrease the acceleration on that ball in order for it to go off the backboard softly and into the basket. There's a certain touch you have to have, and he's not great at that. But again, on a night like tonight, I can't be too upset with Russell Westbrook. We know there's going to be some times where he's going to miss some shots at the rim, but for the most part, I think he did a really nice job tonight. And he missed a few, but he also made a few. And there was a point where the Rockets were actually starting to come back. They went on a 21-4 run in the fourth, and Russ got the ball, attacked, scored on layup, got an and one. It was great. It was a great performance from him, and pretty much what we've been looking to see. If we see the Russell Westbrook that we've seen the last two nights for the rest of the season, like we're looking pretty good, right? This is kind of what we were hoping to see out of Russell Westbrook. I think he's even been a little bit more careful with the ball, with his hit-ahead passes, and that's been cutting down on turnovers. And we can just eliminate some of those early shot clock pull-up jumpers. Russ, you're open for a reason. You eliminate some of those, and the Lakers are in business. The Lakers are in business. You've got three legit all-star and above caliber players here. Lord of the Sky said, hey, Charter, can you add a Play of the Night award? Yeah, that may be something that we need to add in. We may need to add in a Play of the Night award. I'll just start thinking about that, what my favorite play of the night was on this one. Alan Barnard from you Super Chat said, Melo with a big night on both sides of the ball, 2 steals and 4 blocks. Think Frank has made defense a must for playing time or just a lucky night on defense? No, you know what? I noticed a lot of effort on the defensive end from Carmelo Anthony. And again, let's give credit what credit is due, right? Carmelo Anthony, he's got a reputation for not being great defensively. And if you look at his lateral foot speed, you can see why. There's times teams will exploit him. The Cavs exploited him a little bit last game defensively, but his offense was so good that it didn't matter. Tonight, I thought his timing was terrific, especially on, again, those 4 blocks tying a career high. Tremendous stuff from him there. And then the offensive end was really good as well. In fact, I think you could argue that even though he's had some higher scoring games, this was probably the most all-around excellent game that we've seen from Carmelo Anthony. 8 of 14 shooting, 5 of 8 from 3, 4 blocks, 2 steals, 3 boards, 2 of 4 at the line. That's uncharacteristic. He is a very good free throw shooter. 23 points for Carmelo Anthony. He was great. He was great tonight for the Lakers. He's been very good the last 2 games. He really feeds off the home crowd. Love what we saw. No surprise here. He's my next man up. He's my next man up. I know usually I don't get to that till later on in the show, but let's just say it. I mean, it's clear, it's obvious, it's Carmelo Anthony. He's the next man up. Again, I think this was his best performance as a Laker in terms of both offense and defense. I don't know what that means moving forward defensively. Are we really going to expect this out of him on a nightly basis? We'll see. But so far, I thought tonight was a very solid defensive performance from him, and hopefully we do start to see that. Hopefully he does start to adjust to Frank Vogel's system and can provide solid defense as well as stellar offense, because that's where he's really going to make a difference, is on the offensive end of the floor. When he has nights like this, yeah, he can really make an impact quickly off that bench. Kevin Winston, Vogel and 360 deserve huge credit for their defense. Yeah, I mean, we saw some of the stars really kind of setting the tone, but I also think part of that is Avery Bradley and Kent Bazemore. Frank Vogel said it after the last game, said that Avery Bradley's defense is infectious, and it absolutely is. He's the kind of guy where he's flying around all over the place, and it makes everybody else do the same thing. It's hard. You don't want to be shown up. When you're on the floor and you're playing with Avery Bradley, and he's everywhere, and he's constantly defending his man, giving 150% all the time, it's going to really stand out if you aren't, right? It's going to stand out if you aren't matching that. And so he raises that level of intensity of the defensive end of the floor. So it was really a number of guys, I thought, that contributed to the defensive end of the floor for the Lakers. And I really like what we see defensively out of the smaller unit. Now, we'll see. Maybe that changes when they play against a team that's got a better big in there. Christian Wood, look, I like him a lot, but he's not going to punish you at the rim. Nikola Jokic absolutely will, right? So there's some other guys in the NBA that might be able to exploit a smaller Lakers lineup, and I'm curious to see what they do there. But tonight, I thought the new look starting lineup was pretty good, and I'd like to see more of it. Jason Brenly from YouTube in Super Chat said, do we need to be concerned that the Lakers blew a 26-point lead to a bad OKC team and almost blew a 30-point lead to a bad Houston team? No, I'm not too concerned in this case, just because of the circumstances. This game, they started to blow the lead in the third quarter, and then they came back, and they pushed the lead back up. And then when it was really clear the game was done, that's when the Rockets started to catch up. And look, Frank Vogel, he had to put the starters back in. That wasn't great. Seeing LeBron come in towards the end of what should have been a 15 to 18 point lead that should have been cut to, I think, 12 or a little bit concerning, but given the circumstances, Halloween, it was pretty clear the game was over. The Lakers, their defense really let up. They were just trying to do just enough to carry this game across the finish line and not have to really exert themselves too much in the second half. So I'm not as worried about this as I am about the OKC game, where it was the start of the third. They let down. They tried to push back and couldn't do it. In this game, you could see them start to take their foot off the gas, and then they went, oh, wait, and they snapped out of it. And they said, yeah, we can't do this. And then they went again and started to push the lead back up. And then by the time it was really over in the fourth, they let the Rockets keep creeping a little bit closer. I'm less concerned about tonight than what we saw in OKC. Somebody said LeBron time travel, Silence Davila. Yeah, if you saw that picture that's going around, there's a picture of LeBron, and behind him in the crowd, it looks like LeBron. He's wearing a hat and like a brown jacket or something, and it looks like it's LeBron sitting in the crowd watching LeBron. Spooky that it's happening on Halloween, but people are saying it's time traveling LeBron coming back in time to watch himself play or something like that. Just a funny picture. You guys will have to find it if you haven't seen it. Somebody asked me if we can sign James Ennis. Can the Lakers still sign James Ennis? No, they gave their 15th roster spot to Avery Bradley, so they no longer have an open roster spot for him. If Rob Pelinka wakes up tomorrow and says, James Ennis, if we sign him, we're winning a championship. We must have. They could waive somebody. They could waive Avery Bradley if they wanted to. He's on a non-guaranteed deal. Austin Reeves' deal is non-guaranteed. You could waive him. You could waive somebody with a guaranteed contract if you want to pay the full amount if you really had to free a roster spot. But those are very, very unlikely things to happen at this moment. Most likely, the Lakers will not be signing James Ennis. Andre, what would you need to see to add Melo to the 360 award? So, in other words, are we calling? And then the second question right after it, William Myers said, if and only if Melo can keep his game playing level where it's at, or maybe better, do you think it'll be time to consider that we have a big four? There's been some good games so far from Carmelo Anthony, but we are now, 7 games into the season? I'm not ready to make that change just yet. And look, it's not me hating on Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony has been great, and you can argue that he's played at a superstar level, especially the last couple of games. He also had another one early in the season where he went for like 28 points, and he was playing at a superstar level in that one as well. But part of what I've admired the most about Carmelo Anthony was that everybody was questioning, can he be a role player? And there was a lot of doubt about that. People said he's not going to be able to accept that. He's not going to be able to transition from being a star to being a role player. Right? Dwight Howard made that transition. It's not an easy one. Vince Carter did it. Some players can't. Some players are not able to do that, and their careers end prematurely because they don't want to be a role player. They spent their whole life being the guy, and to suddenly not be the guy anymore, instead just be a guy, just be another guy coming off the bench, it's a tough transition to make. And Carmelo Anthony, to his credit, he proved it in Portland that he can do that he could take kind of a back seat, that he could do what the team needed him to do in order to win games. And that didn't mean starting. That didn't mean being the go-to scorer. That didn't mean being the guy that was going to have the offense run through it. And that's a big step for Carmelo Anthony. So I don't want to erase that and just start calling him a superstar. He's been playing great, and we'll see. Maybe part of the way through the season, if he continues to do this all season long, maybe we do have to switch that up. But I think it's a little premature at this point, and I don't want to diminish the incredible transition that he made to being a role player, because I think that was so impressive. Now, I've never seen anybody do it. Go from being a star to be a role player to go back to being a star. If Carmelo Anthony does it, that's going to be a hell of a story. But I think it's a little premature. He is going to be a team moving forward. Sean Leonard from YouTube said, looks like Bradley's excellent play will cause a tough roster decision. Who's at risk to keep Bradley around? You mean cutting somebody to keep Bradley? I mean, he's got a roster spot right now. He's got the 15th roster spot. So they don't have to cut anybody in order to keep him. I think there is a potential issue that could come up. I mean, we're hours away from November, so we still have a long ways to go. But in theory, say everybody stays healthy and everybody's continuing to perform well, everybody's doing great. In March or so, when the buyout market starts to heat up, then what do you do? Because remember, the Lakers weren't going to use their 15th roster spot. They were going to save that for the buyout market. Instead, they said, you know what, we've suffered so many injuries early. We need somebody else. Go get Avery Bradley. He can run the system. We know he's going to defend like crazy. Let's bring him in. And so they did. But now what happens when the buyout market hits? What if Avery Bradley continues to cement his standing on this team? Let's say the Lakers stick with the small ball lineup and Avery Bradley is in it. Then what happens come March? It's a bridge to cross when we get there. We're a long ways away from that point. At this moment, there's no conflict. There's nothing to worry about right now. That's the only potential issue off in the distance that's heading towards the Lakers. And who knows what things are going to look like by then. So it's nothing to worry about at the moment. Trip Tom, who is excited for THT to come back? I absolutely am.
Shout out to Octavius in the chat.
He's a guy that I was really, really excited to see what he had added to his game, because he's a guy whose growth potential is so great, his ceiling is so high. We started to see the three-point shot come along in preseason and get at the tiny sample size. I don't want to say it's there. I want to say it's a definite that his three-point shot is better. But if it does get better, if it does improve, he could really be a tough guy to stop on the offensive end of the floor. And then we know the defensive potential, 6'4", 7'1" wingspan. I've said it so many times, but his defensive potential is very, very high as well. So I'm really excited to see him come back and see what that does to the Lakers rotation. I'm going to take a look at some of the post-game quotes here real quick that are coming in and see if there's any sort of quotes by Vogel addressing the change in the lineup. Okay, so Vogel apparently said that the way Houston plays allowed them to try out AD at center lineups, something we want to look at as a starting group. Wow. That's a good sign. If you're like me and you're a fan of the smaller lineup, that is a very positive quote. Because he didn't say it's because Dwight was out. Right? He didn't say it's because Dwight was out. He said the way Houston plays allowed us to try out. That suggests that maybe this was the plan before Dwight was out. That maybe the plan was to run this smaller lineup all along. That's encouraging. And I think based on the results we saw tonight, it's something they should continue to stick with. Bob Bill, so Trevor, does Nunn provide anything that Monk doesn't? I think that Monk is a better defender, which isn't saying a lot. Nunn's a better defender than Monk. Isn't saying a lot because Monk is not a good defender. You saw it last game. He played, 4 or 5 minutes and got benched because he got burned so many times defensively. Monk is a good player. I like Monk. I like what he can bring you on the offensive end. I thought tonight there were too many times where the Lakers gave him the ball in isolation situations and said, here, go, create something. He's a bit better as a secondary creator. So one play, let's say Russ drives into the paint, collapses the defense, kicks out. Malik Monk is a guy who can do things with the ball then in that scenario. He's the guy you kick it out to because he's enough of a threat behind the arc. He can knock in the standstill free, but he's also good enough off the dribble to attack the closeout, put the ball on the ground and attack the closeout. But just giving him the ball and saying, here, go, create against the set offense, that's probably asking a little bit too much of him. Kendrick Nunn is like Monk. He's not very big. He's not big. He's a score first guard. Has a little bit more point guard skill. I think he is a bit better defender. I wouldn't call him a defender, but he's a bit better defensively than Monk is. He's a little bit crafty in terms of getting into the paint and attacking there. And so I'm curious to see what he can bring in that regard. Monk is more of a shooter. Like Monk is essentially a 2, right? If we're looking at skill set, Monk is a 2, whereas Nunn is more of a score first point guard. And there's a difference. Nunn is a point guard, but he's a score first guy. Monk plays more like a 2. And I hope that makes sense. James Lopez. Bradley is better than Bazemore. Who wins? Is Bradley better than Bazemore? Who wins? Trevor one-on-one. You know what? I think that Bazemore and Bradley are both pretty darn close to each other. You saw some good and bad from Ken Bazemore tonight. You saw him talking about it. When he attacks the basket, it's a bit of an adventure. Okay? When he does that, it's a bit of an adventure. But he can also hit those corner threes. Defensively, they both bring a lot of energy. They're similar players in that sense, but I'm not ready to say one is definitively better than the other. I think they actually complement each other very well, just with their similarities, because they bring so much energy on the defensive end of the floor, and they can both shoot decently well from outside, and that's where the defense actually has to care about them being out there. Alan Cleveland versus Trevor one-on-one. I don't know. At some point, we'll actually have to play that game, but haven't done it yet. At some point, though, we'll have to. Guys, look, I see the comments coming in saying, and I see there's a huge super chat in here. Look, I certainly appreciate it, but I see the comments coming in asking me to have certain people come on the channel. That's not really the way to go about it, right? Like just hitting my chat up a bunch of times saying this person needs to be on your show. Like that's fine. I'll take the recommendations. That doesn't mean that I'm just going to automatically bring someone on my show, right? So keep that in mind. I appreciate all the comments, the recommendations, and everything. I certainly take those things into consideration, but it's not. You're not going to like super chat your way into getting someone to come on my show. That's not how it works. All right. Somebody said Trevor Lane is better than Malik Monk. I promise you I'm not. I promise you I'm not better than Malik Monk. Malik Monk is a very good player. He's a very good player. Monk is a shooter. Yeah, look, Monk is a guy who can shoot the ball very, very well from outside. Over 40% from three last season. Very young, still a lot of upside. So that's what I see in Malik Monk. I do wonder, can he get his defense to the level where Frank Vogel can play him consistently? If he can, I still think he can help offensively. Look, we saw some really good things out of Malik Monk in the first few games of the season, especially in preseason as well. It's just been a rough go the last few. But stick with it. Stick with it. I think he's going to be good. Somebody said, okay, Anthony from YouTube said, can we get Eric Gordon? So I figured this out. I said Eric Gordon is hitting come trade for me threes, right? Eric Gordon, there's no secret about the fact that he's very available. The Rockets would love to trade him. They just want to get something of value in return. Let me pull this up right now so I can see his salary. You guys have to keep in mind that when there's a trade being made in the NBA, you've got to be able to match salaries, particularly with a team like so. Eric Gordon's making $18.2 million this season. That's a lot. So understand that in order to trade for him, what would the Lakers have to do? Let's see. Well, you can't trade AD, LeBron, or Russell Westbrook for him. So your next highest paid player is Taylor Horton-Tucker, coming in right around 11-ish million. You would have to part with Taylor Horton-Tucker and Kendrick Nunn in order to trade for Eric Gordon, or THT and stack up a bunch of the veteran minimum cap. You want to do that? No. The only way the Lakers get Eric Gordon is if he's bought out. If he's bought out, then maybe they could pick him up on the buyout market if they have to build around spot at the time. But I don't think the Rockets want to go down that path. The Rockets, they see the need for shooting around the NBA, and they're going to do what they can to get something for it, rather than just buy him out. We'll see. Maybe that changes around the deadline. But Eric Gordon, $18.2 million this season, $19.5 million next season, and then the season after that, he's got a $20.9 million deal. Now, it's not fully guaranteed. I don't have the numbers in front of me as far as how much of it is guaranteed for that season. 2023 is not guaranteed. So that's in back, a lot of factors at play there. So I wouldn't assume that Eric Gordon's going to become a Laker anytime soon. It'd be very complicated to try to get that done. All right. Justin Evans said, Trevor, I know it's late, but please talk about Russ not playing any defense. He just hangs around the rim. And watch the ball get passed to his guy to make it worse. He doesn't box out. Russ is a guy who has relied on his leaping ability to rebound the ball over technique, over box outs and things like that. Sometimes he relies on that a little bit too much. But I didn't think tonight was a night to be too upset with Russ's defense. He made some good plays, was able to step into some passing lanes and things of that nature. He's not a guy where we look at him and we say, this is a defensive dynamo. This is Drew Holiday. He's going to come in and really help lock down the guard position. No, that's not what he is. That's not where he provides value. What you're trying to get from him is just average. If you can just get average defense, you're pretty happy with what you have out of Russell Westbrook. He's been below average for the last few seasons. Can he get back up to average in Frank Vogel's system? Maybe. We'll have to wait and see. But I don't think tonight was a night where his defense was at best. It's been worse. Let me put it that way. His defense has been worse, but tonight it was okay. Not great. It was okay. This is another thing. Somebody mentioned Reeves played bad. Yeah. Austin Reeves. 3 turnovers tonight, and some of them were not great. I did like his one basket. 2 points. His one basket was a nice drive to the hoop, contact, and then still finish. You know, LeBron hit him on that fast break, and he just could not finish, wound up turning the ball over, trying to kick it back out. I'm wondering, does Austin Reeves dunk? We haven't seen it yet. I'm sure he can. He's 6'5". I'm sure he can dunk, but we haven't seen it yet. And he's a little bit timid when he's attacking the basket. He's a little bit worried about his shot getting blocked. That's part of why it was so good to see him actually absorb contact at the rim and then finish. That's a part of it I'd like to see a bit more of. Tonight wasn't a great night for him, but again, we kind of knew that there would be off nights. I feel like that was what happened tonight. 3 turnovers, wasn't great, but 2 points was still a +5 in terms of plus minus. Didn't kill the Lakers or anything like that. It just wasn't quite as we've seen him in past games. Not something I'm going to worry about at this point. I thought he was fine overall. 80's 3-point shot a bit short and concerning. Kevin Winston with a super chat. 8-point shot, yeah, look, it's something that you really need him. And I'll pull stats after this game. Percent from 3, and then tonight either. If you're heading in, Frank Vogel challenged him last season to shoot at least 5 3-pointers per game, and instead I think he shot less than the season before, and he shot a terrible percentage. It is something to watch going forward. We talked all about the floor spacing with Anthony Davis 5, but if he can't shoot 3, some of that floor spacing goes away. Right now, teams are still a little bit concerned about him behind the arc, because hey, it's Anthony Davis, right? Anthony Davis is standing out there. I better go guard him. Okay, that's kind of the sentiment from defenses right now. But if this continues to be a thing where he's shooting 18% or so from 3 for the season, he was 0 for 1 tonight. Teams will stop guarding him out there, and then you lose some of that spacing that you get from running him at the 5. So it is something to be concerned about. But 7 games in, I know I say it all the time, but that's a small sample size where we may see a hot streak shooting coming. But I understand why there's even more concern, because he shot poorly from 3 last season. We haven't seen him shoot well from 3 until from 2 seasons ago, which was only a little over a calendar year ago. But that was really the last time when they won the NBA championship. Shoot well from 3. So it's definitely something to keep an eye on. You're not hitting the panic button just yet or anything like that, but something to watch. Anthony Davis 3-point shooting, does it improve? Does it get back up to speed? All right, Mr. Easley, do you think Russ is playable in the playoffs? Teams will allow him to shoot and pack the paint. How could we adjust to this? Well, a lot of that is attacking the basket, right? Getting to the rim. And even when a team is giving you, and this is where I don't like seeing Russ settle for these 15-footers. What Russ is doing is he's taking 15 to 20-footers when there's because the defense wants you to shoot that. So why take a shot that
Oh,
the
my
defense
God.
wants you to shoot until you've exhausted everything else? If there's 3 seconds on the clock, then shoot it. Absolutely shoot that shot, right? But if there's not, then really there's 17 seconds on the clock, say, and you take that mid-range shot, you're rewarding the defense. Instead, what you want to see is Russ just putting his head down and attacking the basket, because that's really where he's at his best. When Russ is attacking the basket, you have a much better chance rebound because the ball's going to come off softly, and you've got Anthony Davis. Well, it's not that soft, but it's not going to go flying off the rim the way some of the the bricks he puts up from 20 feet do. So when he is attacking the basket, you can sometimes pull over an extra defense. Put it on the backboard, and then you have Anthony Davis, Jim Dwight Howard, DeAndre Jordan, right there, clean it up, and then finish. Taking the 15 to 20 footer, he misses it and bounces hard off the rim, and you don't have the bigs getting the board. Instead, it's that mid-range guy that's getting the rebound. It's a wing or it's a guard, and then they're running the break the other way. And that's one of the issues I've got with that guy. And with teams giving him the 3, it's a matter of forcing the issue. Attacking the basket regardless. Hey, you're going to pack the paint, that's fine. I'm still going to get into the defense. I'm going to use the fact that I'm faster than everybody else. I'm going to get in there, and then I'm going to kick out some open shooters. Or I'm going to go I'm going to get the ball up on the rim, and I'm going to get my teammates opportunities on the. I'd rather see those scenarios play out than Russ just settling and taking that open shot. That said, he shot well from 3 tonight. Shot well from 3 in the last game too. It was 1 for 1 the previous game, 2 for 4 in this one. 3 point shots, pretty good. But again, that's a small sample size. Russ has a long history of being a forced 3-point shooter. Those shots will continue to be given to him. It's a matter of being a little bit more selective if you're Russell Westbrook. All right, we do need to get into the master lock of the night. We need to get into that. I am, because this was a win and it was a controlling win, it's hard thinking of a master lock, but I have one play in particular that I think is very master lock. So, Lakers Nation, let me know what you guys think. What is or who should be master lock tonight? I'm curious to see what you guys come up with in the chat. I've got some people saying Reeves, some people saying the refs. Someone said, "Oh man, is that a Cowboys cup?" Yes, I've talked about this on here before. My wife is a Cowboys fan, and so we've got a Cowboys cup here. Someone says master lock Kevin Porter Jr. We're getting the technical. So what I'm going to master lock, and I'm seeing some good good suggestions here. Master lock the refs. I'm going to master lock Bazemore for that layup. Whew, that was a bad one. A really bad one. But my master lock instead is going to one particular play. We're robbed of a highlight. What happens? LeBron James attacks the basket, gets spun around, gets fouled, gets spun around, flings it backwards over his head. If you remember back in the day, Kobe used to shoot the shot every once in a while. He would attack it, spun in midair, throw the ball up over his head, occasionally make that one. LeBron did this, whistle, throws the ball up, makes the shot, and the referee says no. And I need to specify here, I've been really happy with NBA officiating this year, getting rid of the ridiculous free throw attempts. Everyone talks about the Trae Young fouls, the James Harden fouls, things like that. Seeing those cut down, that not only was unpleasant to watch, that was embarrassing for the NBA around the world. When you see how other countries officiate the game, when you see how the Olympics officiate the game, and then you see the kind of just ridiculous contorting that NBA players were doing in order to get the low. It was exploiting a rule, it was exploiting a loophole, but it was not in the spirit of the game. So I'm so glad to see that that's been taken out. But I think something has changed with the way they're calling and ones. There was a few games ago, Anthony Davis had 2 and ones taken away from him that I thought were very deserving. This, again, very deserving. LeBron James had picked up his dribble. It was all Some people saying refs getting the master lock. Look, it's really just a one play. He said, somebody asked me if I watched LeBron make logo 3 the other night. Of course I did. That was a fantastic shot. It was incredible. That was in the last, 16 attempts? That's the only 3 LeBron has made in his last 16. Has been the 3 that he shot from England. Go figure. Go figure. Somebody asking for Wayne Ellington news. I haven't seen much. From what the Lakers have said, they wanted him to get back into practice before they were going to put him on the floor. He's been healthy for a few games, I think 3 games now, that he's been technically on the active roster. Like he suited up, he could go in. But Greg Vogel said, I'm not going to put him in unless he's been to practice. I wonder, because I've been talking about this for a while, how much of it is we're not going to play Wayne Ellington that much, right? When the Lakers are having defense, Greg Vogel's been very frustrated with the defense. Wayne Ellington is not going to help that. Putting in Wayne Ellington is not going to help your defense at all. Instead, that's going to continue to hurt your defense. That's going to perpetuate the problem. And that's not, I don't dislike Wayne Ellington. He's got a long career being a good shooter. He's not a good defender, though. I think it comes down to Malik Monk or Wayne Ellington. Which one of those guys is going to be in your rotation? Because it's not going to be both. You can't put them on the floor together. They both have 2 similar strengths and weaknesses where you're going to get burned if you have them both on the floor at the same time. So I haven't seen anything else specific, but I haven't the post-game comments just yet. So I'm going to have to get into that stuff. Otherwise, from what we know, Wayne Ellington, the Lakers have been saying we're not putting him in until he practices. But I'm starting to wonder how much of it is just we're going a different direction. We're focusing on defense right now, and that's just not really what he provides. Somebody asked when are they going to wear the black Mamba uniforms. The NBA actually has a site that shows you what uniform teams are wearing for every single game, which is pretty cool. But they are not scheduled to wear that uniform this year. There is a different city or whatever division. They always change the name, but whatever the alternate jersey is, it's going to be something else than the black Mamba jersey. But that's my favorite Lakers jersey of all time. So I would love to see that one brought back. All right, guys, let's get into this. Since I was asked earlier in the show if we could do a moment of the night or best play of the night, I think the LeBron reverse dunk. That was an incredible play, and it wasn't just because it was a LeBron James reverse dunk. Like that in and of itself, amazing. But LeBron and dealing with a little bit of an ankle thing, right? A lot of people too were saying he's not the same guy anymore. Saw that. A lot of people saying, "Oh, the LeBron we saw in the playoffs, that's who he really is." Forget that he was recovering from a high ankle sprain at that time. Forget that was a factor. He's just old, and that's just what he is. And he doesn't have the same lift anymore. He can't do it. Explosive plays like that are a nice reminder that he can. He can still do that. And I at his age that he's still able to do these things, but there was power to that, so much fluidity in the movement, and it was one of those breathtaking. That was a great moment, certainly a highlight reel moment, robbed of a highlight reel moment on the over the head and one shot that got taken away by the officials. This one, nobody can take away. Great dunk from LeBron, and certainly a highlight that I'm sure we're going to be seeing all season long. Somebody said, how is this dude LeBron still jumping like that? Yeah, exactly. It's incredible. Absolutely incredible. All right, guys. Let's call it a night there. Appreciate everybody coming in. Appreciate all the super YouTube, Facebook, from Twitter. If you're listening to the podcast version of this, make sure you do follow us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
Man.
You leave a review as well. We definitely appreciate that. Don't forget to subscribe to the Lakers Nation YouTube channel. Turn on those notifications. Well, Lakers take on the Rockets again on Tuesday, so we'll do another.
What's good? He said, did I see what Marcus Smart said? He a true captain? Man, I wish we had Marcus Smart on the Lakers, man. I ain't gonna hold you. If we Marcus Smart on the Lakers, man, that'd be a That'd be a really, really great. I mean, I would like that. Marcus Smart, pair him with Avery Bradley. Oh yeah, the defense will be sick. You could really put Marcus Smart. Let me go look up. Damn.
File claim. 5+ channels and save up to $500 a year.
Questions for Marcus? What happened if you had in the fourth quarter? In terms of 39 or scoring, like, was it positively the tough defense, or was your kind of taking care of how it went down?
One team in the league, get out of transition. One of the top teams in the league, forcing turnovers, forced turnovers. Yeah, I don't even know. Those teams add up. You know? We had one of the best free throw shooting teams that gets the line. Uh, and then they hurt us. And then they showed up and, you know, they came back and did what they do and fell right into it. And you know, they trampled it.
Yeah, I know you guys want to say that it's early, and it is, but at the same time, the types of losses you guys have suffered have been really, really hard. I mean, you right now, Al the other day, coming in looking just like you lost the playoff game.
Al's been doing it for a long time. I've been doing this somewhere. It's tough. That's when you get up. Got my mom said to go up there and get it.
You guys have been through tough battles. You won playoff games. You won conference finals games. Why now, fourth quarter of this game in November, does it seem like you guys are panicking?
I don't know. We don't answer because we're talking about it. But, you know, something that we gotta fix. Whatever we have to do, we gotta figure it out. You know, nobody's gonna figure it out then. But sometimes, you know, before, you know, I always tell people before you see the rainbow, it has to rain. You know, we're going through the rain right now. So we gotta figure out how to get out of it. It's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be pretty. We gotta figure out a way. We don't know what that is, but we gotta figure it out. I think we will, you know. We don't know when, but we will. Hopefully sooner than later, but we'll figure it out.
You know, last season you guys are having some issues for this next an actionable play, and then kind of wouldn't really know where to go from there, or kind of fall down and isolated as are at this point. And how does your role as point guard? How do you feel like you need to help guide that?
I can do what I thought. We run in plays for our best players. Every team knows that. We do a good job of shutting. We can't allow that. Shut that down. We can't keep trying to go to those guys. We gotta, you know, abort that
Another way to give them the ball, spot they need the ball. And like I said, for me, I can only do so much just standing in the corner when I come up and give the ball away. So, I do everything I can. I try to, make players get those bounce ball where they need it, where they want it. Yeah. There's been a lot of kind of trying to target mismatches and go to the post isolation for the JD and JT. Would you rather kind of stick with the more complex plays in the crunch time and try to just find the flow? Every team knows it's kind of great. Every team programs and studies to stop Jason Day. Everybody kind of reported make those guys try to pass the ball. They don't want to pass the ball. And that's something that they're going to learn. They're still learning. Every team knows it's kind of great. Every team programs and studies to stop Jason Day. Everybody kind of reported make those guys try to pass the ball. They don't want to pass the ball. And that's something that they're going to learn. They're still learning. We're proud of it. I'm going to stick with the more complex plays in the crunch time and try to just find that flow. Every team knows it's kind of great. Every team programs and studies to stop Jason Day. Everybody kind of reported make those guys try to pass the ball. They don't want to pass. And that's something that they're going to learn. They're still learning. We're proud of the progress they're making, but they're going to have to take another step and find ways to not only create for themselves, but create for others on the team, to open up the court for them later down, where they don't have to always take those tough shots or tough matchups when they do get the one-on-one and then bring the track. Just read that. There's something that can put them to do, and they're learning. So we just got to continue to help those guys do that. Yeah, I think. We're wrapping up right there. Thank you, Mark.
Something you may have talked about since earlier. You said Marcus Keenan said, I want the ball in my hands more. That's something you kind of want to, speak to him about again. And how do you think you can kind of help make a difference with more responsibility?
Hey, Marcus Smart, if they don't want to pass the ball, man, come to the Lakers. Marcus Smart, you should demand a trade to the Lakers. We'll pass you the ball. Russ, LeBron, AD, all willing passers. Our team's all passing, getting everybody involved. I think Marcus Smart should come to the Lakers. That'd be a big pickup for the Lakers. Targeting Marcus Smart. But he would have to take less money. The money he got is too high. If he could lower his money, oh yeah, we'll take him. Be a great defensive piece. It's like having two Avery Bradleys. I wouldn't mind that at all. Smart, you called out Tatum and Brown. About not passing the ball. A lot of guys, they don't believe in passing. Got Tatum and Brown, when you got guys like that that's playing selfish, that kind of basketball is not good. You don't need that kind of basketball. You need guys on your team that's unselfishness, willing. That's what you need to be successful.
When you spend all years serving others, you don't just land on the right stress.
Mm-hmm.
Out of rhythm. Those last two games that he missed, he was in a great rhythm start the season. Missed a couple of games and hadn't been able to get back to rhythm. He is after the free throw line. About 73%. Get my two back that I've been waiting for long. Yeah, but for me, I'm watching the last two games. The turnovers are still an issue for me, and it's settling. I looked at last night. Free throws last night. The opposing team shot 15. Shot 29, and they were 15 or 29. Had they been better from the free throw line, we have a different ball game. Because at one point it was 28-point lead. Somehow that whittled all the way down to like 10. And that's what's concerning about me is that they're settling a lot more than I think they should. I think O'Brien's part, they're not calling it. Maybe they go to the Olympic rules, maybe they go to the international rules, but with the ticky-tack stuff, they're not calling anymore. And LeBron is getting half. LeBron is thinking he's getting fouled, and they're not calling it. So it's deterring him from going. But I need him to have the same mindset as James Harden. James Harden's not going to because I'm going to keep going.
Gotta be right, bro. Thank God we got Carmelo. Wish we would have had him with free agency, but that nigga wanted the B code. He wanted that on his belt.
Niggas talking all that old capping ass shit. I told you, whole ass niggas, stop playing with me, man. If all the Lakers wins, Carmelo Anthony just came through like flowers. And that's just fact, man. I don't want to hear shit else from none of you whole ass niggas. Disloyal, fool ass, bitch made niggas. Point line, motherfucker, Nino Brown, you whole ass. Period. Trayvon was cracking, nigga.
Man, what's up with it, bro?
The niggas talking that shit. I guess you got another lucky game with his doctors, my nigga. I guess it's another lucky game, dog.
Hey, look, I don't believe in all that psychic shit. Leo, but I tell you this, I believe in your knowledge in this game, bro. I got knowledge of the game. I always tip my hat off. That's why I follow the channel, bro. I've been following this motherfucker for years from the first day I heard you speak, but shit come into fruition. When you say something, even shit I done said, bro, I done came back and let you know you was right. When I was saying my shit about the Lakers and all that and thought, look, I don't damn basketball. I love basketball so much. When you right, you right. I just like basketball to be right. We got Carmelo. Wish we would have had him with Kobe and all that free agency, but that nigga wanted to beat Kobe. He wanted that on his belt. That's one thing I didn't expect about it. He didn't want to team up or nothing. But you was one of the first niggas before everybody, even on YouTube, when they first was just fucking over Carmelo. Nobody was saying nothing. I remember you immediately came on there. Carmelo, what is this? They talking about he can't play basketball. These niggas have lost their mind. Now, everybody catching you, bro. It's like 5 years ahead of what's about to happen in this league. They can say whatever they want. I don't know. Maybe you got a time traveling, but maybe you didn't went out into the future on this something. But good thing that you did, man, because we need this. Man, we need this. I don't give a damn what nobody say. If you come through in clutch moments, what we need, the news we need, the shit we want to hear. It don't matter if it's your favorite player, a nigga that you admire, KD, you done got on him. I'm tired of all these niggas coming up in here on some just hater shit, bro. But let me tell you, they ain't hate shit. They really respect your knowledge of the game, Chicky. They know what to say, what to do without you saying something. If you don't say something for the day, they don't know what to say, what to argue. They need you to say something. to make their day. Whatever you say, they're gonna just say the opposite, or they're gonna go take that shit. They probably talk that opposite shit on YouTube, but I guarantee you, behind closed doors, wherever they live at in their family, they be with you. Talking about, yeah, nigga, whoop, whoop, I just now seen this. They just do that hater shit on here, bro, just to try to get some type of likes, get somebody to see their name and their channel. That's it. I'm tired of that shit. But other than that, you just spoke everything into fruition on how LeBron James did. You never come on no false shit, bro. It don't matter. And like you said, when you get new information, you change your shit. You would this speaking up for James Harden. So I'm a witness. You were just talking about when I was like, nah, I wouldn't give it to him, thinking I wouldn't give him the MVP. Just because I was mad that he did from right then and there, I knew he was on some other shit. But you always keep it 100, bro. No matter if it's right or wrong. So I don't really care about what fans of yours say. Because the hater ain't nothing but a fan too, nigga, while you talking. Because every time y'all got this nigga shit linked. Y'all got it linked so y'all can know when to come in here and say, come on, bro, you can't give a nigga that you don't like that much attention. I don't watch shit with LeBron. I don't watch nothing with him. I don't watch shit. I don't promote. I don't go watch the TV show that he got more than nothing. If I really fuck with you, I don't fuck with you. I don't watch your shit to say, oh, look at this nigga doing something stupid again. You niggas really like Ticket. It's up. The myth is up. You niggas really like Ticket. Y'all know he know what he's talking about. The thing is, y'all wish y'all can do it like him on so deaf shit. Hey, y'all, but y'all know that nigga in the conversation, Trayvon. Melo always got the boys with easy teams. So why the Lakers lose to the teams that cut? Why Melo was all doing the hard teams? Hold on. Let's put it in reverse. Why did LeBron James? And now see, watch it. Now that ain't gonna call me a hater. Why did LeBron go 6-19 and score 15 points against each team? Why did Russell Westbrook go 9-22 and score 20 points against the East team, bitch? Why did AD go 7-17 and score 16 points against the easy team, cocksucker? I want y'all to get to me raw, ho. Get to LeBron line against the easy team. How many points would you? He went 1 for 10. How many points thinking would you add? How many points would you say Melo will be averaging? Fuck this, I got him at 6th man of the year right now for just the position he got. But all the games he won. Look, he's not even shooting the ball. He's shooting the ball at a lower rate than he's ever shot it in his career, ever. He's the #1 man that bounced down to the 5th, 6th man, bro. This nigga, if he took just a starter shot, if he took starter franchise shots right now, the nigga be averaging about 30. Right now, because this look, he's only shooting the ball 10, he only shooting the ball 10, 15 times some games. And look, he's shooting over 50 for the 3. Come on, 50 for the field. Come on, man. LeBron James didn't want him to come. LeBron thought it was over. He didn't want Carmelo to come because it was going to take away from what he's doing. Everybody talking that they both in the same season. They both in 19 years. So you can't say, look what this guy doing, and don't say, look what this guy doing. D-Wade gone. D-Wade gone. He's the last nigga standing basically from their era that's still putting in buckets. Fact. Carmelo took a less role because that's basically what they did that to him. I feel like, don't let me get to talking. They need him to take a back seat because, hey, we can't pump LeBron James up in his 19th season. If he's doing it too, we can't make it seem like this shit is unbelievable. If 2 niggas is doing it, it's believable.
Works with cycles. We could look at cycles for hockey.
You've been talking to man, Carmelo is one of the best to ever play this game. He's just doing what he got to do to stay in the league, bro. He loves basketball, and he already see you cocksuckers and blackball me. Y'all making me take a lesser role so I can't finish my career at the height that I'm supposed to, but I'ma still air this bitch out. I'ma go on and play y'all game and play the back seat. That nigga supposed to be a starter, bro. Here, point blank. Anybody watching this game, that nigga supposed to be a motherfucking starter, bro. They cheating that man out of his career and everything, man. Period, point blank. That nigga. Hold on, you a cocksucking piece of shit. Jump on some Trayvon White and double ball out on LeBron. If he was playing with Russell Westbrook, you sorry rat, man. Shut up here, remember this, LeBron called him. Yep. Y'all remember this, while y'all shitting on Carmelo, LeBron, go tell LeBron you stupid for calling him. Because every time y'all talk about Carmelo, y'all telling me that y'all don't agree with LeBron. Y'all say, because he's the one who called it. Everybody on that team, LeBron said, come on. So every time y'all talk about somebody on that team, you're talking about LeBron James, IQ, and everything.
Oh, no, I'm not criticizing the Lakers, man. I just want to see my boy Carmelo do well. I still think if he win the shit, that shit don't count. I'm dead ass serious about that.
Come on, man. I'm a Laker fan, but I'm not even going for this year, bro.
I just respect LeBron for bringing him over there and that shit, yo. I respect him for bringing him over there and really being serious about getting this nigga to rap. I respect that shit, man. LB, what you got, dog?
LB.
Hey, Hell, what's wrong with your mic? Your mic sound real low.
Hold on.
There you go. Go ahead.
All right. First of all, what's up, everybody? Well, we can tell it, y'all, man. Look, he got miscues in both cases. He got miscues in Houston. There were catches back, right? Go up to Portland. He cooked in Portland, but those things were goofy and Terry Scott and they did little keeping the cover trying to get this done. They ran out of the offense. He's goofy play, right? I mean, first, let me break this shit down, right? First, you say Carmelo Anthony just playing in the NBA. Then, when he comes in, he comes 20 points. Then, y'all say, Chicago Bulls is good. Well, that's probably that Chicago Bulls is sort of NBA franchise, right? Mm-hmm. You can't come up and say he got in the league and he comes 20 points. Oh, but that's just the question. That's the consistency. Okay, people like he doesn't get consistency. Then we just say, oh, well, Skinny did it for 2 games in a row. All right, people like that for 2 games in a row. Then we say, well, when did he get more consistent? Shut the fuck up. You niggas not stupid stuff. You always want to bull talk about the shit. Yeah. You niggas ain't even consistent in your own life. And y'all been suddenly talking about, oh, man, for real, shut the fuck up. Real. That shit. Send that shit with that stuff on one around that. Don't bring that shit over here. The motherfuckers gonna play. Period. All right? You said the same shit about this ball. You said the same shit about Danny Rose. You said the same shit about Bush Cousins. And I'm telling y'all, with the more came back, when he come back to that league, he wanted to dominate. I don't hear nobody say, well, man, what? Shut the fuck up. Bush Cousins has no business being in the league. He's in the league right now. Another dub, 23 points, 25 minutes, 4 blocks, and what these jackasses did. Oh, Carmelo did a good defense. So when last time I said people fucking something, that playing defense, I've been putting these jackasses to the back. All the guys that talk about, oh man, I'm gonna get no calls, man. We're gonna get no fucking calls. But Carmelo Anthony wanted to go 25, 28 points. You don't need to another thing, one more thing before I pass it on record. Do not subscribe to my channel. Do your stuff in the service. Stop at the fucking channel. Anyway, last point, right? Okay. Like that D-bag, D-dog let us say what Clay Brown was saying. Is Melo in the starting lineup, right? Go ahead, Grady. Go ahead. Man, salute this guy. Hey, burn these whole ass niggas down, dog. He talking all that shit. If this man was not doing shit, bro, you already know what he out here. Yeah, we get these niggas. Oh, there you go. Go ahead, Grady. Oh, no. Go ahead. I ain't know my mic. Go ahead. Let me see it, man. Some hoes. If them niggas, and I think that nigga's gonna end up anyway with his career like that. If you let him be him, that motherfucker gonna still end up being the top all time. Guys are gonna hate on him. All the rest of these guys after the one. And he carrying the burden. Carrying the nigga. The fourth was a bronze on play. That was the word for it. Okay, she showed you. So why y'all niggas hate on him when he had sometimes phone calls and the bronze on play? You know what it is. You know what was going on at the G's, man, open line, open line. I mean, let me take this shit to Harvard that nigga gonna have starting game. Now they put it back to the shit out. The hate man shit out when it comes to Melo. That nigga is credit. Respect and deny the hate. Y'all better share it. Yeah, I already did one of them, man. Y'all better gonna take that everything I was saying, but that's a bit better. I already oh, no, it was just freaking AI too. Don't forget that. Yeah. Y'all better see that shit is going on. That's one of the last of the first in the game now. You still better than half these niggas in the week. Ooh. Yeah. Got my point. Wildcat still better than that ass, man. And to me, this will be wrong. I think that's top five song for the game. Yeah. That's a fact, my nigga. That's all I got on the ticket. I'm not making that every time, man. 25, 23.